Hey everyone, welcome back to Creative Coloring with Erum. Today I am excited to share a fun and easy watercolor technique that's perfect for creating vibrant, jewel-toned cards using watercolor brush markers. If you are a fan of quick and beautiful results, this is definitely for you. So grab your markers and let's dive in. I'm especially thrilled about today's project because it combines two of my favorite things, watercolor brush markers and rich jewel-toned colors. We'll be working with the Builder Garden Lovely Rose Peony stamp set, which I've already heat embossed on a 5x7 hot-pressed watercolor cardstock. I chose the smoother side of the cardstock for stamping and used antique gold embossing powder for that gorgeous golden shine. This coloring session is designed to be quick and easy, especially for those of you who might struggle with watercolor brush markers. Today, I'm using ruby red and rubellite for the flowers. Of course, you can switch it up with warm yellows and oranges for a stunning fall look too. For the leaves, I'm going with lime. Keeping the leaves lighter will really make them pop against the green background, adding depth to the entire design. To start, scribble the pigment near the base of the petals. You can do this for as many as you like at once. Personally, I go for all of them. Then using a watercolor brush, activate the pigment with water and move it toward the petal tips, diluting it as you go. This technique gives the petals a beautiful gradient effect. I'm using rubellite for the flower in the front. If you find that there's too much pigment or you want to lighten certain areas, simply twist a piece of tissue to a blunt point and gently blot the excess. This random blotting creates a more organic look, which I absolutely love. You can go back in to add more pigment if you want to. I thought it needed a bit of more oomph, so I went back and added a little bit more pigment. For the second flower, I'll use ruby red watercolor brush marker. You can use the same color for both flowers, or if you are feeling adventurous and you want to step up this technique, try a two-tone floral look. It adds an extra layer of interest and looks absolutely stunning. If you're curious about that, I have shared the technique in a previous video. I'll link it in the description and in the top right corner of the screen. The leaves will be colored in the similar way, starting with the lime pigment and pulling it outward to the tips using the watercolor brush. Here's a little tip. Sometimes when you press the barrel of the watercolor brush, some of the red stained water might come out. That's totally okay. I actually love when this happens because it adds a hint of color to the leaf tips, tying them in with the flowers. This is one of those happy little accidents that makes each card unique. Don't worry about the pigment going out of the lines. It's a good thing if it does. In fact, I'd encourage you to do it intentionally so that it covers the white outline, the white edge you'll get after die cutting. Once all the leaves are colored, let the panel air dry or speed up the process with a heat tool. I took a lunch break and by the time I came back, it was almost dry. Next, I added some splatters of clean water over the image. Let them sit for a few seconds to react with the pigment. Watercolor brush marker pigment is super reactive, so this is a lot of fun to play with. Remember the salt technique video? If not, I'll link it above and in the description. It's such a fun way to create texture. Now here's the part I didn't plan for. I don't have the add-on die for this set, but the good news is you can get one. I'll have to fussy cut this image to pop it up because we need that dimension. I'll be using my trusty fine blade scissors to do this and then I'll set the image aside. Next, I'm using this absolutely gorgeous olive cardstock from Altenew, trimming a 1/4 inch off the top and the side. I'll use a small blending tool and mountain pine fresh dye ink to add inking, starting from the edges and working inwards. I want this to be darker than the leaves so the image really stands out. I'm also using green onyx crisp dye ink for the extreme edges to add more intensity. I just love those rich, dramatic backgrounds. After that, I'll stamp the vase image from the SEM set twice on the same olive cardstock, heat emboss them in antique gold, and fussy cut them. I'll ink the edges as well for a polished look. Then I'll adhere a craft cardstock to the card base. This matches the embossing beautifully and adds a nice cohesive touch. I'll use glue tape for this step. After that, I'll add some gold splatters from the metallic watercolor 14 pan set onto the green panel. Then adhere it to the card base with instant dimension foam tape. Next, I'm adding foam tape to both vases, but here's the twist. I'm not using them as vases. They'll be decorative elements to add more layers and interest to the card. It's always fun to find new ways to use the elements in your stem sets. For example, I used the vase stencil as a background design on another card and it looked amazing. Once everything is in place, I'll adhere the floral image with foam tape and add a sentiment, also heat embossed on the same cardstock. To finish it off, I'll add some metallic gold gem sparkles for a bit of bling. And that's it. My card is ready. Thanks for spending time with me today. I hope you found this tutorial inspiring and that you'll give this easy watercolor brush marker technique a try. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. If you try this easy watercolor technique, let me know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!